The last episode, I built this massive bridge to connect my base together and also to get a start on my railway projects in the future. I also did a few things off camera, so let's go check that out real quick. So off camera, I did do a bit of terraforming. As you can see, this rail from the bridge now curves all the way up to the sawmill, and I also added these layers, these copycat layers, just to make the incline a bit more smoother. Of course, this part here needs to be fixed, but this needs to be done in another episode. Now, the reason why it needs to be done in another episode is because I have one problem which I have overlooked since the start of this series, and I would say this one problem is single-handedly stopping me from advancing into my world, and that is my workshop right here. As you can see, this workshop is definitely not adequate for all the things I've been doing in this world so far. Like, all that I can do with this workshop is crush things into sheets and make brass with this, so this is not good enough for us, guys. So before we start making any other mega projects, I need to first work on making the ultimate workshop for my create world. And this workshop is gonna be absolutely humongous and like super big because I want every single create item to be in this single workshop. And I know exactly where I want to build it. Cause if you remember in the first ever episode when I was drawing out plans on where to build buildings and do everything, I said I wanted to make this a centralized place in my world, and what better way to do that than to build a massive workshop here. So I guess to make our lives easy, I'm gonna hop into a creative world where I can actually properly map out the dimensions and actually what I want to build in this workshop. So let's go do that. Well, in the creative world right now, so of course there's no buildings because I don't want my build to be overshadowed by a massive bridge, but I did build this railroad here just to simulate the one I have in my normal survival world. But ignoring that, let's actually focus on what I want to do here. So I gotta start with building these two islands. You can see the basic shape of how this workshop's gonna look like. It's gonna be spanning across the water, and I did have a good idea on how I want this to look like. So I was thinking I could put all the crate contraptions on this island and have a steam engine on this island here. Now the way I'm gonna get rotational power from the steam engine all the way to the contraptions, which is like 30 blocks at least, is by using crates, craft, and additions, because if you don't know, they actually add wires which allow you to turn rotational power into electricity, and you can turn it back into rotational power, so that's gonna be super helpful. So I think that's the plan we're gonna go with. So this is gonna be engine island, and this is gonna be the main workshop. And I also do have an idea of the build style, so combining the surroundings, I think one part's gonna be dwarven mines, the other part's gonna be nature, and also another part is gonna be steampunk, just because I really like steampunk. And the way I'm going to be building this workshop is, I think I'm going to be building for an hour straight under replay mod so you guys can see what's happening, and then I'll show you guys like all the small little details, and then build for another hour until it's complete, because this is going to be a really important build in my world. It's like in the center of my base, so I want it to look really nice. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, quick update check. As you can see, I've also built this new building right here, and what this is basically the washing station, so anything that needs to be bulk washed can be done here. But I think I've been making a mistake while building this entire building, and it's not really a big one, but I think if I fix it, it'll improve the build a lot, and that is building the interior while building the actual structure, because I feel like it's conflicting a bit. Like there's some parts of my base where I just don't know what to put in. But honestly, I think first thing to do is just sort out this bottom bit here, because it looks really barren. There's not really much design. So I think I'm gonna fully decorate this entire bottom section and then keep to my promise of building the structures first and then the interiors later. So let's go do that. Well, I think I've done enough building for the steampunk side of my base, so now it's time to work on the dwarven mines, and I actually have the perfect setup, which I did accidentally, which is this arch gate here. So I could actually build a bridge spanning across to the second island and then show the gradual change from steampunk to dwarven mines. And I think I'm going to do this first because that's just going to make the build so much better with just the seamless change between two build styles. So let's go do that right now. Well, it took me about a week to finish this build, and I'm really happy with how it turned out with all the little details, and especially the build style switch from steampunk to dwarven mines, even though this really isn't dwarven mines anymore, but that's fine. But I do remember like a week ago I did say I'm going to be building 3 sections, one steampunk, one dwarven mines, and one like a nature thing. But I don't think I'm going to be doing that in this episode. Reason being is because the schematic is probably already going to be super laggy, and adding another part of my build is just going to make it even worse. So speaking of schematics, I think all I have to do is put this into survival world and just see how many blocks this is going to be, because there's just so much variation. It's going to be hilariously large, but let's get that done real quick. Well, I'm in the survival world. You can see all my builds are here, and just looking at the outline. So I'm just going to click right click, and let's just see how much lag this is going to create. So 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay. I didn't clip some of the ground. Oh yeah, super laggy. I need to, oh god, I'm in the water now. What is happening? Okay, I do need to slightly align this because I did clip the ground a bit, because there is some stuff like for the floors. So let me just move this, and then we can actually start with the build and like put it into the schematic cannons. Well, I finally got the schematic in place, and okay, whoa, okay, oh yeah, I forgot how much lag that costs. I'm just gonna put it into the cannon, and let's get the clipboard, and let's just see how long and how massive this checklist is. 64 pages of just random blocks. Oh my day, 64. I don't even think the Canon has enough storage to like I can only put 4 double chests here. I might need to put like a vault. I need to see if a vault works or not, but 64 pages is just insane. Why did I think this was a good idea? Well, anyway guys, it's probably gonna cost me like another week to get all the building blocks needed for this, so I'm just gonna see you in the next episode, man. I really can't be asked to do this anymore.
Let's go! 'Cause I'm feeling like I'm running and I'm feeling like I